Good evening, guys. Yesterday we had some technical issues. That's why we were not able to produce or publish the daily current affairs. Today we are combining the daily current affairs of 23rd and 24th March 2019. So sorry for that. And our topics are Dibum, Bumphead Parrotfish, Lokpal, Lima 2019, Grapes 3, Indian Statistical Institute, and our usual sessions MAP and PQRS. And our very first topic is the DIPAM or Dibum. And Dibum is the nodal agency to advise the government on various matters and issues related with the restructuring of public sector undertaking. So Dibum is related with the advising the government on matters of restructuring of PSUs or related with the disinvestment and all other matters related with the public sector undertakings. And earlier name of Dibum was Department of Disinvestment, and the name Department of Disinvestment changed to the Dibum, that is Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, was in 2016, and the earlier name was Department of Disinvestment. Now from 2016 onwards it is Dibum or Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, and Dibum works under the Finance Ministry, Union Finance Ministry. And I told you that the Dibum is related with the disinvestment matters of the PSU, but the post-disinvestment matters or the matters after the disinvestment will be dealt by the Department of Economic Affairs, which is also under the Union Finance Ministry. So our topic is about the Dibum. Dibum is the nodal agency to advise regarding the restructuring of PSUs, and the name changed from Department of Disinvestment to Dibum in 2016, and Dibum is under the Union Ministry of Finance, and the post-disinvestment matters will be dealt by the Department of Economic Affairs, which is also under the Union Ministry of Finance. And our next news is about the Bumphead Parrotfish. We can easily find Bumphead Parrotfish in the Andaman Nicobar region, and Bumphead Parrotfish are the world's largest parrotfish. You can see the picture. These are the Bumphead Parrotfish. When they are fully grown, the color may vary from olive or bluish green to the slate grey. The look is like, you can see the picture, it is from olive color to the slate grey, and they mainly feed on corals, or we can say by a short word called corallivores. They are corallivores. Corallivores means corallivorous is an animal which feeds on the coral, and the conservation status is vulnerable according to the IUCN. And a notable feature is that bumpheads are not legally protected in India. They are not legally protected in India. Only the conservation status of IUCN is vulnerable. And the news is about the Bumphead parrotfish. You can see the picture. They are world's largest parrotfish, and the color may vary from when they grow up, when they become an adult. Color may vary from the bluish green to slate grey, and they are primarily feeds on corals, or they are called as the corallivores, like omnivorous, carnivorous. They are corallivorous, and they are vulnerable as per IUCN, not legally protected in India. And our next topic is about the Lokpal, and the former Supreme Court Judge P.C. Gose takes oath as India's first Lokpal, and we know about the cries happened for the post of Lokpal, and finally the government approved the appointment of a Lokpal, and the P.C. Gose is the new Lokpal. Jurisdiction of Lokpal, and the Lokpal has the jurisdiction to inquire about the allegations of corruption against various matters or various persons. Firstly, he can inquire about the allegations of corruption against Prime Minister or a minister in the Union government, member of Parliament, or officials in the Union government of groups A, B, C and D. And the other may include the chairpersons, members, officers of any board, corporation, society or autonomous body which is established under a Parliament Act or partly or wholly funded by the centre. And I already told you we are discussing about the jurisdiction of the Lokpal, and it can also inquire about the allegations of corruption against the society or trust or body which receives the foreign fund of above 10 lakh. So we are discussing about the jurisdiction of Lokpal, and Lokpal can inquire about the allegations of corruption against Prime Minister, Union Minister or Member of Parliament or any government officials working under Group A, B or C, D, and the chairpersons, members, officers of any board, corporation, society, trust which is formed under the parliamentary act or which is wholly or partially funded by the central government, and any body or trust or society which receives a foreign contribution more than 10 lakh. And a complaint under the Lokpal Act should be made in conformity with the Prevention of Corruption Act. Okay, if you have a complaint against a public servant and you have to file the complaint in the prescribed form, and the complaint should be an offence, under the Prevention of Corruption Act. And our next news is about the Lima 2K19. It is the Langkawi International Maritime and Aero Expo. So, as the name suggests, it is maritime as well as aerospace exhibition. Lima is a maritime as well as aerospace exhibition. It is conducted every 2 years. 2 years in Langkawi, which is in Malaysia. And the Indian Air Force participated in the Lima 2K19 for the first time. For the first time, Indian Air Force participated in the exhibition, and we have showcased our indigenously developed LCA fighter aircraft, that is Tejas. Okay, we showcased our Tejas aircraft in this particular Langkawi International Maritime Aero Expo 2K19. So in this session, we are discussing just crisp details of every news which are very important for the prelims. Or we are not explaining in very detail, we are just explaining the crisp of every news or the crux of every news. And next news is about the Grapes 3. It has nothing to do with eating grapes, not that grape. And Grapes 3 is a muon telescope. Recently, the Grapes 3 muon telescope measured the electrical potential size and height of a thundercloud. Okay. The telescope measured the electrical potential size and height of a thundercloud, which is the world's first time, or which is in the first in the world. Now, the Grapes achieved a major step, that it measured the potential size and height of a thundercloud. Thundercloud is nothing but it is a cumulus cloud which is charged with electricity and producing thunder and lightning. Right? Cumulus cloud which is charged with electricity or having electric charge, which produces thunder and lightning, is called the thundercloud. And Grapes 3 found the potential and electric potential size and height of the thundercloud. Coming to Grapes 3, Grapes 3 is nothing but Gamma Ray Astronomy PEV Energizes Phase 3. It is the abbreviation of Gamma Ray Astronomy PEV Energizes Phase 3. It is a telescope which is designed to study the cosmic rays. Mainly, Grapes 3 got two parts. One is the array of air shower detectors, and a large area muon detector. Array of air shower detectors and the large area muon detector. Muon is nothing but, we all know about the muon. Muon is an elementary subatomic particle which is similar to electron, but it has 207 times heavier than electron. So, the main components are the array of air shower detectors and a large area muon detector. Muon is a subatomic particle having elementary particle which is similar to electron but have 200 times heavier than the electron. And this Grapes 3 telescope is located in the Ooty, which is in Tamil Nadu. And our next news is about the Indian Statistical Institute. Recently, the Indian Statistical Institute submitted a report to the Election Commission regarding the number of VVPAT slips that should be matched with the electronic voting machine in order to enhance the voters' confidence. Because the opposition parties argued for the verification of VVPAT slips of 50%. Okay, they argued for the verification of half of the VVPAT slips. Thus, the Indian Statistical Institutes or ISI suggested the Election Commission regarding the number of VVPAT slips that should be matched with the electronic voting machine, which should increase the voters' confidence on the election or electoral system. And about ISI or Indian Statistical Institute, it is an agency, one of the oldest and most prestigious institutions in statistics, and which is established in the year 1931. And ISI is an academic institute of national importance, which is recognized by a 1959 Act of the Indian Parliament. And the headquarters of ISI is in Kolkata, and one of the main founders include the P.C. Mahalanobis. We know about the P.C. Mahalanobis. He is one of the main founder of the Indian Statistical Institute, which is formed in the year, established in the year 1931. But it is recognized in as part of the Parliamentary Act in 1959, and the agency is headquartered in Kolkata. Recently, the Indian Statistical Institute submitted a report regarding the number of VVPAT slips that should be verified for the coming election to the Election Commission. And our next session is the Mapper program. On map, we have Galapagos Islands. The Galapagos Islands are an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean. You can see Galapagos Island is an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean. And one of the main feature is that they are volcanic islands distributed on the either side of the equator. Volcanic islands, you can see, they are volcanic islands which is distributed on the two sides of the equator. Some are above the equator and some are below the equator. And they are part of the Republic of Ecuador. You can see Ecuador there, and the Galapagos Island are part of the Ecuador. And the Galapagos Islands are UN Natural Heritage Site. So news is about the Galapagos Island. Galapagos Island is an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, and the properties, they are volcanic. They are volcanic, which is located on the either side of the equator. They lies almost center of the Western Hemisphere, and they are part of the Republic of Ecuador. And the Galapagos Island is also considered to be a UN Natural Heritage Site. And on PQRS, we have a question from 2012 prelims, and the question is, what is or are the recent policy initiatives of Government of India to promote the growth of manufacturing sector? Statement 1, setting up of national investment and manufacturing zones. Statement 2, providing the benefit of single window clearance. Statement 3, establishing Technology Acquisition and Development Fund, that is TADF. And select the correct answer using the codes given below. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. And option D, 1, 2 and 3. So, coming to the statement, setting up of national investment and manufacturing zones. Statement 2, providing benefit of single window clearance. Statement 3, establishing the Technology Acquisition and Development Fund. And when we read the 3 statement, it clearly indicates the national manufacturing policy. These 3 statements are related with the national manufacturing policy. According to the question, the national manufacturing policy is to promote the growth of manufacturing sector in India. Okay, national manufacturing policy is to promote the growth of manufacturing sector in India, and these 3 options or statements are related with the national manufacturing policy. So, in 2011, the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, that is DIP, which is under the Ministry of Commerce, has notified the national manufacturing policy. I told you it is in 2011. We know there are mainly 3 sectors: primary, secondary and tertiary. Okay, primary sector is mainly related with agriculture, secondary is related with the manufacturing, and tertiary sector is with the service sector. So, the national manufacturing policy is to improve the manufacturing sector. And the main objective of this policy is to increase the manufacturing sector in GDP from 16%. Now, the manufacturing sector is in 16% in GDP, not now, at that time. Now, and we have to increase it to the 25% by 2022. So, I told you national manufacturing policy is formulated in 2011 by the Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, which is under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And the main objective is to increase the share of manufacturing sector in GDP from 16% to 25% by 2022. And the main proposals of the National Manufacturing Policy NMP are national investment and manufacturing zones equipped with high class infrastructure, which is a one proposal, an easy exit policy and single window clearance in this national NIMZ, that is National Investment and Manufacturing Zones. Another is the industrial training and skill development programs. And one of the major or important proposal is the Technology Acquisition and Development Fund, that is TADF, in order to provide funding support to clean and green technology. TADF or Technology Acquisition and Development Fund is to provide funding support to MSMEs, which is having clean and green technology. And some other proposals are related with the relaxation in environmental regulations. We need to improve our manufacturing sector by compromising or by promoting the sustainable development. So, we also did some relaxation in the environmental regulations in order to improve the manufacturing sector. Okay, we are very weak in manufacturing sector. We have to improve the share of manufacturing sector in GDP. Thus, we are compromising or we are compromising in some regulations. So we provide some relaxation in the environmental regulation as part of the national manufacturing policy, and also we are promoting, at the same time we are promoting or incentivizing the green manufacturing. Other proposals include make industrial land acquisition available through the creation of land bank. So these are the main proposals of national manufacturing policy. And national manufacturing policy is to increase the share of manufacturing sector or the secondary sector in GDP from 16% to 25%. So coming back to the statements, statement 1, setting up of national investment and manufacturing zones. Yes, it is a policy to promote the growth of manufacturing sector. Statement 2, providing the benefit of single window clearance. We already discussed this case, and this is also a policy. Statement 3, establishing technology acquisition and development fund. I told you about the TADF. It is for the funding MSME for the clean and green manufacturing. So all these 3 statements are for the promotion of the manufacturing sector. So the answer for the question is option D, 1, 2 and 3. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. For detailed news and explanation, you can refer to the PDF provided in the description section, and keep watching. Please do like, share and comment below. Good night.